What's up guys, Virgil here for JRPG Central, and today we're going to be going over 15 new features found in Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology. Let's get started. Number 1. Improved graphics. With Perfect Chronology being a port and not a full-fledged remake of its DS counterpart, graphically the game hasn't changed much. You will however be getting a higher resolution all around with some redone models and texture reworks, like this grass here. Of course, because of the resolution boost, your field of view is also widened, making some areas like Alistel feel much larger. Number 2. Full voice acting. Radiant Historia has some of the best written dialogue of any JRPG I've played. Now, in Perfect Chronology, that dialogue has been given new life through the addition of full voice acting for every major character. Performances for the most part are stellar. I'm partial to Heist and Stock's performances in particular. Unfortunately, there is no option to play with Japanese dialogue, so English will be your only available option here. Luckily, if you want to experience the game without a bit of spoken dialogue, you can always turn off the voices in the options menu. Number 3. New menu/settings options. Along with turning off voices completely, under the Settings tab, you can mix the volume between voice, FX, and music to your liking. You can also change message speed, cursor memory, and a ton of little quality of life things. There's also the System tab, where you can load a save file without returning to the title screen and suspend your file for a quick save. Number 4. Retrying after falling in battle. In the original game, if you died in battle, you were kicked back to the title screen old-school JRPG style. In this version, you are given the option to retry for the hefty price of 3 mana crystals. These are used for restoring your HP and MP at nodes and are somewhat rare, so using 3 just to retry might seem a little high, but it could save you in a pinch if you die in a battle and haven't saved in a while. Number 5. Better field skills. In Radiant Historia, just like many other JRPGs without random encounters, if you strike your enemy before entering a battle, you get some sort of advantage. In the original game, striking an enemy would push them away and have the chance of putting them to sleep, allowing you to get a preemptive strike. This required you to time your hits correctly until you finally landed the last hit to knock them out. In Perfect Chronology, however, in my experience, your strikes immediately knock them out on the first try every time, thus making it easier and quicker to get the upper hand before a battle. You can also now move items like barrels in a 360-degree motion, as opposed to the very tedious way it was done before. Number 6. New portrait art. Certainly, the most controversial change is the inclusion of all new character portrait art. These range from pretty good to really bad in my opinion. These are of course totally objective and something that I think newcomers won't notice at all, but it would be nice if you had the option to choose between the two styles. Sadly, that option is a $2.50 DLC add-on. It is worth noting that a few characters that didn't have portrait art in the original game are getting some this time around, like Elm. Number 7. New in-game art for key scenes. Along with the new portrait art, this version of the game includes new art made specifically for important scenes in the story. These are a nice addition and help add extra depth to certain cutscenes. Number 8. In-game maps. This is one of the best additions in my opinion, and the only thing that I think was sorely missing in the original. Areas like Grand Plain were kind of a pain in the ass to get around in the original game, so having maps to help you get around some of these bigger environments is an absolute godsend. Number 9. The third timeline. One of the bigger features in Perfect Chronology is the addition of a third sub-history scenario that you can choose to either experience all at once towards the end of a playthrough, or mixed in with the other 2 timelines of the game. In this timeline, you meet a woman named Nemesia, the pilot of a ship that can fly across time and space. She's searching for artifacts that are key to stopping the main conflict in the game. I'm not sure how much this will add to the story, but I'll report back once I've played through it. Number 10. More information in battle. There are a ton of tiny quality of life improvements to battle. For instance, critical hits now have text that pop up so that you know exactly when you've landed one. By hitting the X button, you can now see your party's condition during battle. This gives you detailed information about what status ailments your party may be suffering from. Finally, there's the complete overhaul to the turn screen. In the original game, all the info you had was the turn order of you and the enemy. In Perfect Chronology, however, this screen has been completely overhauled to show you which enemy is which and which position they are at on the grid. This is a change that is truly appreciated once you look at them side by side. Number 11. Quest bubbles above quest givers. This is another very welcome addition, as it was very easy to miss a side quest in the original game. With this, you can now see exactly who has side quests to take on, thanks to the dialogue bubble above NPCs. Number 12. New support skills. New to Perfect Chronology are support skills. These skills are used randomly by whichever character you have in reserve in your party, and you must have at least 4 party members for them to activate, as only the reserve character can use them. These seem to be completely random and possibly even luck-based, but they're a nice little addition that can be used as combo starters or extenders in some cases. Number 13. Fallen characters get experience after battle. Before, if a character died right at the end of the battle, they would not receive any experience for the fight. Now, even incapacitated characters get the experience. This is great, as it always drove me crazy when my character's levels would get out of sync because I got a little greedy with one character. Number 14. The Art Gallery. An in-game art gallery is available to view of all the portrait art as well as the new art drawn up for cutscenes. These can be accessed and viewed at any time after meeting a new character or seeing a new scene. Number 15. New game modes. Perfect Chronology introduces 2 new interesting ways to play the game. First is Hard Mode, which is designed for veterans who know their way around the game's grid system. Status buffs and ailments and long combo chains are vital in surviving this mode. More interesting though is Friendly Mode, a mode that allows you to experience the game more like a visual novel with light combat elements than a straight RPG. This mode allows you to skip battles almost entirely. Striking an enemy with your field skill will defeat the enemy and earn you the same amount of experience as if you fought the battle outright. This allows players that want a more casual experience to kick back and enjoy the story at their own pace. Well, that does it for me, guys. I'm curious, what do you think of the new release of the game? Does this new content make the new price tag worth it to you, or are you just going to dust off that DS copy? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up as it really helps the channel grow. And if you aren't subscribed, consider subscribing for weekly JRPG videos. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I will catch you in the next video.